Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Oh, I wanted to do a thing to get the creative juices flowing.
As if they're not already flowing, like...
Yeah, we gotta squeeze the orange a little bit more. We gotta roll the lime on the table before we cut it open.
Squeezed creativity, oh yeah.
Yes, we gotta roll the lime on the table before we cut it for a drink.
Is that a thing people do?
Yeah, you can actually, I guess it works. You can, like, use your hand and just roll, like, apply a little bit of pressure and just, like, roll a lime or a lemon. I guess you could do it with an orange, too, but I've never seen anybody do it. And just, like, I guess it, like, gets all the juices moving so they're not, like, sitting somewhere else in the fruit.
That makes no sense.
It makes a little sense.
What the fuck do you mean? You're cutting it open, like, entirely, and then just squeezing the shit out of it. Where are the juices hiding?
I don't know.
Where do you have to coax them out of?
Fruit.
Well, then that's why I'm saying it's bollocks. Does that not fucking make no sense to you?
Hold on. Before we get to our creative exercises, I want to look this up now. Rolling a lemon.
Because to me, that sounds like bullshit. That's like tapping a fucking soda can to get the fucking air out. It just makes no sense.
Ooh, here we go. There are juice-restraining membranes in the fruit, and when you roll it, you break them up.
Oh, come the fuck on. Really?
Yes!
According to who?
Fruit experts, I guess.
What are they called? Fruit experts.
Fruitologists.
We're a couple of fruitologists.
But yeah, no, it is a thing.
Well, there you go. If you want to try that, then by all means. For me, I just cut the fuckers open and squeeze them, and then that does the job absolutely fine.
I mean, I'm sure it'll still work. It's not like you're gonna get no juice out of it doing that.
And I'm sure that the fucking benefits of doing that are negligible at best.
I'm sure you're maybe right. It makes me feel better, though.
It makes you feel better to roll your fruit?
Yes, don't mock me.
I think I will.
Then that just makes you a mean person.
Who said I was nice? No one ever said I was nice, ever.
I don't think that's true.
Probably not. What's your roly fruit exercise, then? What is it?
It had nothing to do with the fruit.
What are we fucking doing to break up our creative membranes, apparently?
How about we do, like, some word association?
What does that mean?
I'll say a word, you say the first thing that comes to mind, and we'll just get our brains moving. Jesus.
Okay, alright, fine. I don't trust this, but sure, let's go.
I have no ulterior motive here. It's just a fucking thing.
Alright.
I'll just say random shit, and you just say whatever comes to mind. Hallway.
Door.
Chair.
Man.
Lemon.
Lime.
Chocolate.
Bar.
Sneaker.
Toe.
Okay, interesting. Necklace.
Neck.
Water.
Bottle.
Alright, we're going with proximity. Spanish.
Lessons.
Candy.
Bar.
Okay, painting.
Bar.
Alcohol.
A bottle.
Oh, I was setting you up for another bar, but alright. Headphones.
Stereo.
Umbrella.
Ella. Hey.
Anchor.
Podcast.
Air.
Earth.
Fire. Lotion.
Bottle.
There's so many bottles and bars.
Stop telling me things that come in bottles and bars.
Brush.
Hair.
Backpack.
Bottle. You put bottles in a backpack, man.
Is that like a normal standard thing? Oh, about bottles go in backpacks. That's how it is.
For me, yes. Whenever I have a backpack, there's normally a bottle in it.
For what? Of what?
Of water.
Why not just hold... Alright, sure.
I hold the water in my fucking hands like a
No,
cup and just sip it out of it.
Hold the bottle so you can
Because
drink
what if
out
I
of
want
it?
both of my hands free and then I put the bottle in the backpack? It's what you do on a fucking day trip when you're in the zoo.
Doesn't your backpack have one of those like side pockets for bottles? Mine has that.
All right, Mr. Fancy Side Pockets. We didn't all grow up rich.
It's a pretty normal backpack thing.
No, I can't afford that. All my backpacks are just one solid unit. No side pockets and shit. You just put it in the main pocket.
The pockets cost extra. I've never considered
yes,
a backpack
they fucking
one.
do, apparently.
I love considering a backpack just one big pocket.
Am I wrong? It's a giant pocket with handles.
I guess not. I guess you're not wrong.
Right.
Let's do those improv sentences.
Oh.
Just a couple, and then we're done.
All right.
Fuck.
Why does this work? Like,
What?
why is this like work for us? Why is this like a job?
You're the one who's like, oh, fine.
Okay, let's do it then. If you're gonna fucking force us to play games like a drama teacher.
I just wanted to do something a little different.
Why are you upset?
You're the one that's upset. You're like, oh, if you're gonna make me do this, like
I'm
we're in
not
school.
upset. I'm fucking having a good time. That's just how I
I show my joy by ridiculing it at every turn.
Yes. Don't you know me? That's how we do things now.
All right, Mark.
Polo.
New sentence.
Mark Polo. Okay.
He
Went
to
the
supermarket
to
get
lemons.
while... Oh, I guess new sentence.
Okay. Oh, wow. He
Was
there
he
went
inside
the
refrigerated
section
and
picked
up
some
people?
new sentence. These
People
were
terrified
of
Mark
Polo.
because
He
wasn't
a
real,
person.
but
They
could
see
him.
new sentence. Mark
Phased
through
their
bodies
and
killed
the
people
with
his
mind.
the end. Fucking guy goes to a supermarket to get lemons, goes in the refrigerator section and kills everyone there because he's not a real person.
Imaginary vision and then murders the
fucking
entire refrigerated
Christopher
section.
Nolan horror movie shit.
He just murdered the entire refrigerated department,
And then he went about his day, apparently.
and they could tell he wasn't real, but they were seeing him anyway.
Have you ever had that?
No, that experience? No.
Now, hypothetically speaking. That's the topic today.
I thought we were doing music.
Are we doing music or are we doing hypotheticals?
I thought we were doing music.
Hypothetically, if we were going to do a music episode...
We were going to do hypotheticals last week, and then we didn't do
Right.
it. And then
Friends
this
have
week...
given me hypotheticals, I know.
Well, let's knock a couple hypotheticals out, and then assuming we still have time, we'll do some music.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, if you were in a refrigerated section of a supermarket, and a vision came and went through you and you died, how would that make you feel?
Pretty dead.
Yeah. There you go. You got one? You got one for me?
If you were a food, what food would you be?
Is this based on personality or like
I don't know, whatever you feel in your soul.
I would be an orange.
An orange. Why?
Because I like oranges.
Sounds how I want to like myself.
That's something I don't do now. I'm also I'm very good with vitamins.
I am nutrient rich. and
I
full of
am-
vitamin C.
You can squeeze me.
If you break up my juice restricting
You gotta
membranes.
roll me around the table first.
All
Okay.
right.
Here's one that, well, it's two, but a couple of,
Have we started?
Sure?
Hey, everybody, welcome to Bitter Chatter.
How's it going?
One day we'll, like, start an episode fully cognizant that it's actually begun.
Oh,
and it
no.
won't be such a, like, oh, hello.
Nah, never. Keep people on their toes.
By keeping us on our toes.
Exactly. So I have a friend here who,
Yes.
has submitted a couple of hypotheticals that I think could be quite interesting.
Yes, okay, sure. Let's hear them.
So the first one is, you are stuck on a desert island for 1 year. The purpose isn't to escape, just to survive for the year.
And then you'll be found at the end of the year or whatever. Yeah, okay.
So the caveat is you have one companion to help you survive, but after the year is over, they will try and kill you. Who do you choose?
I can't choose you because
Why?
you're larger than me and will most likely succeed in killing me.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I would have no fucking hesitation. Like, I would help you as much as, like, your own flesh and blood, right? But as soon as that year is up, oh no, bump
Yeah.
that. You're fucking dead.
So, and I also don't want to pick somebody that, like, only we're familiar with. Like, my first instinct was, oh, Andy, because I could snap his neck like a twig. It's not a problem. But
Are you seriously going off who is easier to kill? Not like who will help you the most throughout the year, just at the end of it, who could you kill the easiest?
more who could I defend myself from because they're trying to kill me. But
Right.
yes,
I assume this is like a deathmatch scenario wherein after the year is done,
one of us has to die.
one of you has to die. Let's go with purely like either fictional characters or like celebrities, someone that everyone is going
That's
to
where I
know.
was going with this. I don't want to like do it like, oh, our friends that the audience won't know.
My friend from down the shops.
Yes, Derek. He's very small. That's interesting because there is like you kind of brought it up. Like you need also someone who's gonna benefit you for the first 99% of that year, and then also someone you think won't be too much of a threat when they try to kill you.
And this is also like you spend a year with this person, so you go through like each of your birthdays, you go through Christmas, like there's some fucking emotional bonding to be had there.
So are you suggesting we pick someone who we feel we would bond with the least so that we have less moral
It would be an advantage.
questioning about killing them?
Wouldn't it not be an advantage? Like, to say that you spend a year with someone, you're probably going to have to at least tolerate them, but it's that experience of having the year with them, and then they throw all of that out the fucking window because they have to kill you now.
Yes, I choose Jake Paul. No, I don't.
I mean, if you're Ben Askren, that's a bad decision.
That's tough. Do you have an answer yet?
See, my immediate thought was like Bear Grylls, but
No, he'd fuck me up.
no, I don't know about that because he's trained in survival, but I don't know if he's actually trained in like combat or anything like that. Well, you've never seen him 1v1 a bear, right? You've always seen him like
Grill them.
drink its piss instead, you know?
Yes.
He's never been in a combat scenario. You know what? Saying this, I think he might be an ex-Marine or something to that effect. I think he was at least in some form of military, so...
Right. And my next thought was like going to like celebrity chefs, right? That could help me like cook things up and at least enjoy myself while surviving.
Well, they
on this
kind of
island.
need a kitchen, you know? They're not just in the fucking wilderness, like
No, but
Gordon Ramsay, like,
anyone's-
it's a frozen bear!
If anyone's going to be able to make this food a little bit more tolerable, it's going to be someone like Gordon Ramsay. But then I remember Gordon Ramsay is also like ex-military or something.
No,
and
he's
could
not,
just
is he?
destroy me. I think he is.
Is he really?
I think so. I'm going to look this up. Gordon.
Because as far as I'm aware, he's just a fucking pure Generation X fucking snowflake-hating fucking chef guy who's become a meme.
Okay, apparently it's a misinformation. He was not actually in the military.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never heard that about him at all.
His son was, and people thought because of something he said supporting his son that he was also in the military, but he was not. So okay, he's old. I could.
He's old. Hey, there's plenty of fucking like old people that could beat the shit out of you.
Sure, maybe like Guy Fieri.
You know what? I don't think I would survive a year with him.
I love him, like, unironically.
Yeah, I like him too, but I like him in half-an-hour doses through a television screen, you know? If you were actually, like, live with the guy, I feel like he might be a bit much. But then again, that's just saying, like,
we're still here on this deserted island! It's like, I know, guy, I know!
It's day 13! It's not been that long.
I've been here the whole time, guy. I know we're still on the fucking island.
When I know we're rolling into Flavor Town, but fucking shut up.
just cook the fucking fish. I don't even know what kind of fish it is. Just fucking cook it. That's why I brought you here. Just cook the fucking fish, guy. That's all I need you to do. See, if we season it with the coconut shreds, it's like, I don't care.
I mean, you're thinking purely about celebrities. Like, you've not even gone to fictional characters yet, because I'm thinking, like, Batman.
Batman would fuck me up.
I mean, depends if you want to die or not.
Oh, so you're looking at this as like a potential suicide mission?
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if I'm gonna die, I at least want it to be, like, in a boss way. I want whoever kills me to be a fucking goat, so, like...
Yeah, because you do run the risk of, like, oh, I could take, like, Guy Fieri in a fight, and then you end up getting killed by Guy Fieri, and that's the way your legacy ends.
That's the way your story ends. You're on a deserted island with Guy Fieri. And he decided to wring my neck.
Ted Cruz.
The Zodiac Killer?
Oh, true. He has experience. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Ben Shapiro. He's fictional.
Yeah, I don't even really know who he is, but all I know is that I've already blocked him on Twitter because I don't like his tweets.
He's a wild... He's
some
wild
sort
boy.
of, like, far-right fucking... publicist, isn't he, or something like that?
He's a very... I don't even know where on the spectrum to put him, but I think he's on a... I'm not going to make that joke.
Hey guys, it's at this point where we have to interrupt the podcast just to mention, I had to get up and do some errands. At this point, Carmine decided to just keep talking. I didn't want to cut this out because it's just too good. So, here you go, enjoy it, we'll be right back.
Boop, 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 boop. Why did that make me laugh? Let's find out next week on another exciting episode of Woody's Finest Hour. And the show got cancelled, and we never found out what happened to Tara after Beast Boy ran into the light at the end of the hallway. But Slade was probably involved. That's the best we can do for you. Here's Teen Titans Go. That sigh was me being annoyed at my own inability to just fucking relax for like 5 seconds. I can't do it. It's not in my nature. I really wish it was, but it isn't. I hope he comes back soon. I'm struggling here. Have you ever thought about the fact that money isn't real? And it's just this thing we've agreed to use, but I mean most of it doesn't even physically exist anymore. It's literally just numbers in our computers that we just agree are worth something, but really most of it's not even physical paper money anymore. Where is it? Where's that money that's in your bank account? Where is it? It doesn't exist. We could just keep saying, I have this much money. Is anyone going to tell us we're wrong? I guess if it's true fraud, but who can even say what that is anymore? It's just the way we've all just accepted that money is now. It's just numbers on a screen, and we all just tell ourselves, "Yep, that's real money somewhere." But where is it? I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it. Every time I take out cash, it's just some paper from a machine at the deli. It's not my money. Someone else put it there. It's fucked up, man. This is gonna be one of those things where, like, 2 days from now, when Brooks starts editing this, he's gonna see, like, oh, that bit where I walked away, there's like a big blank space of my audio, but his audio is still moving. What was he doing? And then he's gonna hear all of this, and he's gonna message me, and he's gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm not gonna have an answer for him when that day comes, but at least I'm aware that it's gonna happen, so I can at least try to pretend that I can prepare myself for when it happens. When in reality, I'm gonna be just as blindsided by it as if I never even said this, which is maybe a fault in my character, but that's on the writers. I didn't choose this life. This is just the personality that I was written with. What if we were all just fictitious? We feel like we're real. Every character feels like they're real, except for Deadpool, I guess. But yeah, that just turns out one day, no, we're all just lines on a piece of paper, and nothing we've ever done was truly our decision. It was just something that someone in a boardroom decided, you know what the audience would like if the character did this. And so we did it. Like little ants on a log. Where we're just following the scent that another ant laid before us.
Gee willikers, guys, what a segment that was. We now return to the regularly scheduled podcast. Hope you liked that, because I certainly did. I think Chris Redfield would be a good shout.
The guy from Resident Evil?
Yeah.
You're again. We're
like,
this.
if I'm gonna be killed by anyone, I'd want it to be fucking Chris Redfield. All right, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
I get that idea, but we're approaching this in such different ways. Where, like, I'm looking for at least a hope of survival.
All right, fine. If you want to live at the end of this, like, if you want to, like, confirmed live rate, who do you want? Who do you get?
Timmy Turner.
Just the boy?
Well, the boy is accompanied by magical powers, but
he doesn't have powers, though.
He's accompanied by fairies.
Does that count, though? Because you're technically wishing for 3 people there. I'm just bringing the boy. The fairies follow him, and that's not my fault. I feel like that's finessing it just a little bit.
Who said we can't finesse? We're stuck on an island. I'm trying to game the system
fine.
as much as I can.
If we can fucking finesse, then I'll be like, okay, I'll pick Batman, and then I'll tell him that my mum's name is Martha, and then he won't want to kill me at the end. Bam, easy.
I mean, that is actually one way of doing this.
All right. I'm thinking, like, no hacks, no items, Fox only, Final Destination. All right.
I mean, let me at least explain. Because Timmy,
the fairies would fucking wish for shit, and then you'd be fine. And then if you want to kill him, like, it'd be easy because you're murdering a child.
I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to kill me.
I don't know. Has that ever been a thing in the cartoon?
I don't think it's something they ever necessarily had to establish, but the fact that he can't wish for people to fall in love with him, I'm pretty sure it's not too much of a reach to say, hey, Timmy, you're not allowed to wish that Mr. Crocker just falls over dead at the hands of...
I mean, what were the rules that the genie from Aladdin set out? It's like, he can't kill anyone, he can't make anyone fall in love with you, and he can't bring people back from the dead. We got to assume it works on some kind of similar wavelength there.
Actually,
especially when they share the second rule.
The genie never even said they can't kill anyone. He can't bring people back from the dead, and he can't wish for more
the
wishes.
genie's first rule is that he can't kill anyone.
Is that right? I feel like that wasn't what
That's
he said.
why he didn't fucking just wish for Jafar to die. That's why he had to fucking wish himself into being a genie. And then he got stuck in the lamp. Think how broken the whole Aladdin movie would be if they were just like, oh, I wish Jafar was dead. Then there you go, he's dead now.
End
of the movie. I remember the scene. It's him, like, cutting off his head, and then it falls in his hands, and he's like, so don't ask.
Oh. Oh, okay. I thought rule number 1 was no, can't wish for more wishes. And then it was can't fall in love. And then it was can't bring people back from the dead.
That's also a rule. I think he has 4, technically. But the 3 main rules of the plot device is, like, can't kill anyone, no falling in love, and no bringing people back from the dead. So you gotta assume that applies to all magic.
I assume as well that Cosmo and Wanda can't just wave their little wands and my head falls off.
I mean, they probably give you a fate worse than death.
Are they able to put me in like a gold experience requiem? Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
But with Timmy, the 10-year-old, they can't do much on their own. Timmy has to wish.
Timmy can wish that you fucking just leave
but
this planet.
Is 10-year-old little pink hat boy gonna fucking have the cognizance as I'm putting my hands around his throat to say, hey, put this fucker in a death loop?
Probably, or at the very least get him out of that scenario, and then his main objective is to kill you, so he's gonna try and think of some weird, horrible way where you have a fate worse than death.
Cosmo, Wanda, I wish I had a submachine gun.
I mean, that's possible, you know? He doesn't have to, like, have the fairies kill you. He could just wish for a gun and then shoot you.
Who is the most handy, capable drag queen that isn't a physical threat?
That isn't a physical threat?
Yes.
See, I'm having a hard time here because I'm thinking either, like, Adore Delano, who will stab you and
yes,
gut your throat, or Brooklyn Heights, who is unstoppably physically like a peak
imposing
specimen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Adore, if I chose Adore, day 1 of the year...
You wouldn't survive anyway, you'd just be fucking
yeah,
a week
of
of
all,
sex and then you're dead. That's
First
it.
of all, Adore would be no help in the survival department. Second of all, day 1 of the year, Adore is whittling a shiv out of a twig to prepare to kill me with at the end of the year. And I just have to live with that knowledge. So no, Adore is out of the question.
I don't know. Like, Trixie? Maybe?
I don't know if Trixie would be help survival-wise.
You imposed this with drag queens. How many fucking drag queens are survivalists, Carmine? None of them, I'm gonna say.
Most of them can't even sew.
Exactly. And the ones that can will be dick use on a fucking deserted island.
I'm sticking with Guy Fieri for now.
Nah, you know what? I just had a brilliant idea.
What?
I'm gonna go with, like, the king of North Sentinel Island.
Huh?
You know North Sentinel Island?
The one that we talked about last time with the creepy people?
Yeah.
They could kill me real good.
Nah, think about it. If I just sneeze on them, they're fucking dead, because they don't have any antibodies for shit.
You better sneeze on them 6 months in advance, dog!
Yes, that's the plan.
Because if you do it the day of, it's like...
I get them, like, biologically fucked up well before the time limit, and then when they try to kill me, they won't be able to reach their spear because they'll be fucking emaciated from a common cold.
Alright, you said I was gaming the system by bringing in Timmy with his fairies. Are you gaming the system trying to get this person to die before the day of murder?
I think that's just, like, in realistic terms, a smart thing.
How early would you do it? Because you still have to come up with some point. You don't know how long it'll take for a disease to kill this person. So what point in the year do you... A week? I feel like that's being very optimistic.
They have nothing to defend from the infections that we get.
But also, I feel like you just sneezing on them when you're healthy isn't going to do much. I think...
Well, my definition of healthy could mean that I maybe have something that they wouldn't be able to defend themselves against. I could have something latent within me.
But you're also taking a gamble with that.
It's a double-edged sword, man. You either have someone who's shit at survival and really, like, shit at killing, or you have someone who's good at both.
I think Guy Fieri is a good middle ground here. Yes, you'll have to deal with an annoying personality for a year, but you're gonna get a decent rate of survival. And
he has no survival skills outside of a kitchen.
But you know what? At least there's
Have you ever seen him cook?
Yeah.
Okay, fair point. I never have. I've literally just seen him visit restaurants and give a taste session.
He has his own restaurants. I know they hand out shows on Food Network to random people sometimes, but he's actually a chef.
But without a kitchen.
I feel like if there's anyone that's going to be able to give me the best rate of having at least tolerable food on this island? Because that's the thing we have not really considered. Are you going to be able to make good food on this fucking island?
It's a hypothetical, so...
It's part of survival, though. Food, you need it.
Depends what kind of island it is. Does it have a McDonald's?
I would assume not.
Does it have a
Otherwise, a
Burger
lot
King?
of this goes out the window.
Hey, they could have a Burger King with just no employees, and then I could fucking just run shop out back, just making Whoppers for the whole year, and then I'd die before the year is up because I become obese.
Also, a good amount of that food is going to go bad before the year's over anyway.
Alright, we're looking into this way too much. It has to be just, forget everything else, it's one person, somehow, you make it to the end of the year, then they try and kill you. Who would you pick?
I'm sticking with Guy Fieri.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think that would be the best of both worlds.
He's probably a large man. He could, like, overpower
Oh, he's
you.
definitely a hefty boy, but I don't think he's dangerous.
He's programmed to kill, almost like a Terminator at the end of this.
Yeah, well, but what does he have? His frosted tips?
His big, meaty claws.
I don't think that's as big of an issue with someone like him. It's not like he's suddenly going to know Krav Maga or Jeet Kune Do.
Did you speak English?
These are martial arts.
Oh, right.
It's not like
I
he's
thought
suddenly
Krav
going to
Maga
know.
was a fucking dude who sells food from a truck down the street.
No. Krav Maga, I think? I might have missaid it the first time, but it's not like he's suddenly going to know how to fucking fight like Conor McGregor. He's only going to be able... Yes, he's going to want to kill me, but he's only going to be able to do so with what he has and what he knows, which is not much because he's Guy Fieri. He's a food boy.
Okay, then, what the fuck do you know, fucking 5-star Michelin combat expert? What the fuck are you going to do to him? The same thing he would do to you.
That's why I'm picking someone who also doesn't know much. Because it gives me at least some odds.
But that doesn't give you an advantage, that makes you equal.
Which is better than having a disadvantage.
So you don't want an advantage, you want an equal playing field where you have as much odds as killing as you do being killed.
I don't think there's anybody that I would have an advantage against in a fight that will help me survive. That's the middle ground I'm going for. Because I could say, like, I'll pick the little old lady that lives one floor below me. She's not going to fucking help me survive. She'll be dead
She
in a
wouldn't
week.
survive herself, yes. Okay, let's think about it this way. Is there any character in, like, fiction or otherwise, or even a real person who has, like, a fucking... like an off switch? Like, they're just really easy to disarm if they try and come at you?
I've never seen Big Hero 6, but what about Baymax?
I've never seen it either.
Oh, okay.
My only experience with Big Hero 6 is Kingdom Hearts 3, and that answered none of the questions that you have for me here. Oh, what about Sora?
He has a big key sword he could stab me with and unlock my organs.
Yeah, and then you just have to kill the Heartless, and then kill the Nobody, and then you come back.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Kingdom Hearts is dumb.
It is. I don't think... Yeah, I don't... It would have to be like a robot.
You know what? My final pick is Kim Namjoon from BTS, alright?
Okay, run me through your logic.
Because not only would I be on the island with somebody who I would give my life for, I would be on the island with someone who's been on variety shows, they have a creative brain, actually they destroy most of the things they touch, so I don't know if that's a smart pick.
Also, it seems like you're basing this entirely on their clout.
Maybe, that's not a bad thing.
It's not going to help you, though.
But we get to the end of the year regardless, right?
I don't feel like that's a guarantee. I feel like that's the whole point of the question.
But that's the point of a hypothetical, is that you have to get to the end of the year and then survive from killing you.
You have to get to the end of the year. I imagine that meant you have to survive.
I really don't care if I die, so this is a bad question for me anyway.
You said at the start of this, the point was survival.
Alright, fine, I pick fucking... yeah, Kim Namjoon.
Which one is that? I don't know their real names.
Oh, sorry, RM.
Oh, okay, I figured it was RM because you said you love them, so I was like, that's probably RM.
RM of BTS, Ramosa. That's who I pick.
Yeah, and I'll stick with Guy Fieri, and we'll see
All
who
right.
comes out of this the victor.
I think I'm going to win.
I don't think you are.
Then that's the end of that conversation, I suppose. We also have a second hypothetical from Kit Kat, and it is
Okay.
as follows. You are starting a business with one of the Batman villains. Who would it be with? What is the business? And why are you starting it?
Well, I feel like the Batman villain that's least likely to just outright kill me is probably the Riddler.
I was thinking fucking Condiment Man.
When you just start a hot dog restaurant?
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Condiment Man, start a fucking hot dog stand on the deserted island, and then he has to kill me. Yeah, no, I'd do that. I go into the restaurant business with Condiment Man because he has so many condiments.
That's a good pick. I would think
Yeah.
Riddler would be good at just like figuring out the business end of like pretty much anything you would want to go for.
Yeah, but he'd be a fucking asshole about it. He'd be like, ooh, I know this. Do you? I don't think you know this. I bet
He's
I know more than
absolutely
you
the
do.
condescending business partner.
Do you really want that for your sanity?
But if I know that going in, I feel like I could swallow it a little bit better.
Well, what's the business?
That's the part I'm still trying to figure out. Because I think he could help me with really any business, so it's kind of a wide open, what do I want to do, you know? I think maybe it might be fun to open up a clothing brand, and he puts question marks all over them.
Who the fuck would buy that, other than incels?
Someone on TikTok would buy it, it would become a trend,
Yeah.
and then it blows up. And then, buddy, I'm sitting pretty, ignoring my condescending business partner, while you're selling hot dogs to nobody on a deserted island.
You had to really be a dick about this, didn't you? It's just a hypothetical, boy. Why you gotta fucking rub it in like that? There's no need for this behavior.
I would pick the Joker because I feel like we both get along, and it says we're both anarchists, and I relate to the Joker, and I think he's cool. People that relate to the Joker scare me.
People that relate to any fucking psychotic villain scare me. Just because they have an aesthetic that looks cool to you, they murder people.
Yeah, like that middle school, like, oh, it's so me, like, I am the Joker. It's like, all right, go home and take a nap.
Take like a really long look in the mirror and think, do I really feel this way?
Is this who I want to be?
Do I just project my feelings of insecurity onto fictional characters, or...
Or is this just what society has told me I want to be?
We live in a society.
And that's the end of my sentence.
That's the end of my story. I lived in a society and it was fine.
I lived to the ripe old age and then I died. Yeah, I'd start a clothing brand with Riddler.
I'd do fucking hot dogs with Condiment Man.
I wanted to incorporate Calendar Man once you brought up Condiment Man, but I'm like, what business do I do with Calendar Man?
Fucking calendars.
Yeah, but who's buying calendars? You have one on your phone.
Literally everybody! What the fuck are you saying? Everyone buys calendars.
Oh, when's the last time you bought a calendar?
January.
Did you actually?
Yes, what the fuck are you talking about? I buy calendars every year.
I don't know a single person that has a physical calendar hanging on their wall anymore.
I have a Billie Eilish calendar, dude.
Congratulations?
Last year I had... I don't remember what I had. I don't think I had one. I think because I had too many like posters and stuff, I couldn't actually fit one on my wall. But the year before that, I had a Taylor Swift calendar. Not a fan of her music, she's just pretty.
Every time I've owned a calendar in my life, I forget to, like, do anything with it.
That's a you problem, though. That's not like a problem with calendars as a concept.
No, it's not them as a flawed object. It's absolutely me just not utilizing them, but I just never utilize them, so I don't get them anymore. And I have one on my phone.
Okay, we have lots of things on our phone, but I also like to have pretty pictures on the wall, and I like to scribble out the days so that I can count how closer I am to get into nice things.
I mean, I guess, yeah, sure.
So yeah, I buy calendars, and I would get into calendar business with Calendar Man, who commits crimes on national holidays.
What if you just started doing it like every country's holidays? Like every country has different holidays, so it's basically like every day he's doing something because there's got to be something. Going on every
Rwandan
day.
Independence Day. He steals all the copies of Hotel Rwanda from Blockbuster.
Yeah. Oh, is that his thing? He only does things related to the holiday?
No, I'm pretty sure he just commits crimes on holidays. I think that's his thing. Let me double check.
No, but nobody would expect it half the time if he started doing international holidays, because it's like, who in Gotham is going to remember that it's Rwandan Independence Day? And it's like, oh shit, the bank! Oh my god!
I don't even know if Rwandan Independence Day is real. I just made it up.
I would assume there's some day about it. It was a pretty big thing.
Calendar Man is known for committing crimes that correspond with holidays and significant dates.
Committing crimes that correspond with the holiday. So I guess, yeah, it is semi-related.
We forgot about Kite Man.
I mean, alright. I know I joked, who buys calendars? How much business are you really going to get with just a kite business?
Who says we have to go into the kite business? I could
What
get
else
fucking...
is he going to help you with?
Tours.
Tours?
Tours.
Of what?
He does, he's basically a hang glider, right? He's a villain with a hang glider.
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed his name was very literal.
I mean, he used kite-based weapons to commit crimes, but he also has a kite on his back that's basically like a hang glider. So, we'd go to fucking tourist traps and then we'd offer them, kite rides.
I'd move to the Caribbean and I'd open up a snow cone shack with Mr. Freeze.
I feel like you want to rethink that location.
It's hot. People want cold things in the hot.
Okay, sure.
He's got a suit that keeps him cold all the time. He'll be fine.
I'm not worried about his health. I'm worried about your profits.
I feel like a warm climate place is a good spot for a snow cone business. It's hot. You want a cold treat.
Yeah, but that's a hypothetical in itself, because they don't have that, so you don't know.
What do you mean? Who doesn't have what?
They don't have snow cones in the Caribbean. So how do you know that there's a demand for it?
How do you know they don't have snow cones in the Caribbean?
What?
I reiterate, how do you know they don't have snow cones in the Caribbean? Have you been there and scoured their entire land for snow cones and found none?
Okay, prove that they do.
It is a safer assumption that they do than to say they don't.
No, you're asking me to prove a negative, which is impossible. You have to prove that they have them.
Here's the phone. Here we go. Here comes Google.
I'm shaking in my fucking Crocs right now. I'm so scared.
Do they have snow cones in the Caribbean?
Can't believe you have to Google this. The answer's clearly no. There's no fucking snow. Where are we gonna get snow cones?
Barbados snow cones.
Congrats, you just said 2 words, back to back. What does it mean?
He's such a cock. I hate you.
Michigan ice cream. Okay.
Barbados. What? It's somewhere in the Caribbean.
I know what Barbados is, but you literally just said Barbados snow cones. That doesn't prove dick. What are you talking about?
It's a fucking whole thing on gobarbados.com, barbados.org, that says something they have snow cones.
Motherfucker, that's just ice. That's not a snow cone.
What the fuck do you call what is a snow cone in your mind?
You go outside when it's snowing, you take an ice cream scooper, you scoop up a snowball, put it in a fucking wafer cone, and you drizzle it with...
This entire... I said I had Mr. Freeze. So first of all, wild that you think, oh, because it doesn't naturally snow in the place, that's gonna matter. But the entire reason that this became a debated point is because you thought a snow cone had to be naturally fallen precipitation snow, which is wild and untrue.
The fuck is a snow cone to you then?
Shaved ice, because...
Oh, shaved ice is a different thing.
It's a different name for the same fucking thing.
Can Mr. Freeze even make it snow?
That's his whole thing.
No, his thing is ice.
Well, good thing all I need is ice so that we can shave it and make shaved ice.
Mr. Freeze, put ice on the wall. I'll get my Gillette razor. He's also a genius, so I feel like he would have no time for you and your dumb fucking business ideas.
Look, if the day ever came... Well, none of these villains are gonna want to do this naturally.
I mean, hey, you can't speak for Calendar Man, or Condiment Man, or Kite Man. I don't think they have much else going on right now.
I feel the whole idea of this is that when we're picking a villain, they're more or less cool with the idea that we pitch to them.
Well, sure, but you're more likely to get success with the ones that maybe don't fight Batman every week.
I assumed this was a Riddler and or Mr. Freeze that had, let's say, retired.
So they're old.
No, retired doesn't mean old. Retired means you're done. You're finished.
So what, Batman's dead?
No, they just stopped wanting to crime.
Doesn't make sense.
I naturally don't make sense. That is beside the point.
Okay, that's fine. I feel like we've made our allegiances clear. I would do fucking mundane business shit with a D-level Batman villain that you've probably never even heard of until just now, and he would fucking go to Barbados with Mr. Freeze.
Or I would go clothing brand with the Riddler.
You have to pick one.
I feel like the more profitable business is the Riddler one, so I'm gonna go with that.
Right. There you go.
Here's a hypothetical for you. What if, hypothetically, we went to an ad break right now?
What would happen?
It might, hypothetically, sound like this.
Sorry!
But that's just a hypothetical.
That was a good one. I liked that.
Yeah, I think we actually got somewhere with that. We came to a nice understanding, and it was peaceful.
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
If you were a Transformer, what vehicle would you turn into?
My brain is so bad and mushy and awful that my first thought was a skateboard.
The shittest fucking option. No, okay, hang on. That's not even the shittest option, alright? Because you'd have fucking Tony Hawk wanting to do brand deals with you.
Right, and then you could turn into like a, what would, I guess the transformed version, what is he, like just gravity boots? I don't know. It has to be small if he's a skateboard.
Yeah, no, you know what? You're right, yeah. You'd have to, hang on, no way, okay. Does Optimus Prime is like, he's bigger than a truck, but he is still a truck, right?
I don't know, he's a pretty big truck. Semi-trucks are big.
Yeah, but then you put it with like hands and legs and give it a head, it's like 20 feet tall, right?
I actually don't know how big Optimus Prime is, but part of being a Transformer is inherently like folding yourself up a little bit and probably becoming more compact.
So if we were to transform into a vehicle, it would be like a smaller vehicle than what we are now?
I guess. But I think the whole hypothetically you're a Transformer, let's say you're whatever size you want to be the vehicle you want to be. Because I feel like if we're limiting it to vehicles smaller than a human, we have like 4 options.
I would like to be a push scooter.
I want to be a hoverboard.
Being a hoverboard would be alright, actually.
I guess.
You could just like hover around.
Do you remember the original Transformers cartoon? Did you ever see that?
No, I'm honestly not big into Transformers like at all.
There was the original Transformers cartoon was about, because in every Transformers show they ever do, there's always like a different MacGuffin that they're like racing towards against the Decepticons. And I think in the original, it was these very small robots called Mini-Crons, I want to say. And they were like...
That sounds about right.
They were like accessory robots. And so, like, I guess we would be one of those.
This requires having, like, I don't know, some form of logic other than, I would transform into an Apache helicopter because that's cool.
I would transform into a SpaceX rocket ship.
No, you know what the shittest fucking Transformer would be?
What?
Elon Musk's shitty fucking car.
The blocky truck thing?
These windows are indestructible, except they're not.
I throw one baseball at it and the whole thing explodes.
Please invest.
In Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And then he went on Saturday Night Live and was so unfunny that it tanked the entire cryptocurrency.
I mean, what did you expect? It's gambling at its purest form here.
That really is what the stock market is, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Serious answer.
Uh,
I wouldn't want to be a car because, everyone has cars. That's just boring.
I thought you were going to say because people throw up in cars.
Well, they do a lot of different things in cars, but maybe I don't want happening inside me.
I would be a whole train.
What kind of train?
Like on the railroads. Coal engine. Choo-choo.
Like Thomas the Tank Engine?
Do 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 do. Here comes Transformers. It's not that cool.
I just imagine like a fucking like really shitty red train with just your face on the front. Like beard and all, and it's really weird.
Hey guys! Here it
Carmine the
comes.
train. Very weird, no one likes him.
A whole like freight train, like 30 cars. Takes way too long to go by.
That sounds like me, to be fair.
I take way too long to get from room to room.
I mean, I do, it's a problem. Because I'm carrying like 30 cars worth of junk in my trunk.
What if you could transform into something that wasn't a vehicle?
Literally anything?
Sure.
A pop vinyl.
I guess, sure.
A
But why
Funko
is
Pop.
that the first place you went?
Because it's safe. Like, depending on which house you go to, you'll just be in a box forever, be like Stinky Pete. Stinky Pete had, like, no fucking grounds for being such a dickhead.
He's stinky. If you're
And
think about
he's
think
Pete.
about this. Think about this. You are created one day. You are created, and as soon as you open your eyes and start to think, you are already an old man in a box named Stinky Pete. You have been labeled Stinky from day one by the omnipotent force that created you. You are Stinky Pete. That is your existence. I'd be pretty fucking miffed.
But he wasn't mad about being called Stinky Pete. He was mad about being in a box. That was his crux in the whole movie, was that he was annoyed about being in a box.
Also about the fact you have been created, you are Stinky Pete, you are stuck in a box. You smell, you stink. You are stuck in this box with your own stink forever.
What? No, why? No, shush. Why are you telling me this? Why am I Stinky Pete? I'm just saying
this is the realm to put yourself in his shoes.
I don't want to. My point was...
Because his life
that
sucks and he's mad about it. That's why you don't want to.
My point was that there's upsides to being Stinky Pete.
Are there?
Think about it. You'll never get hurt. You'll never get fucking tossed away. You're in a box. You're in prized fucking pristine condition. You always look pretty.
What do you mean you'll never get hurt? Are you suggesting that the toys in Toy Story feel no pain?
If you're in a box, you're not going to get hurt. Especially if you're a pop vinyl. You're going to be put on a shelf, and you'll get to look at some cool shit on the other side of a wall.
I'm looking at my pop vinyls right now, and if I were in their shoes, I would want to kill myself. They are stuck in a box. First of all, you're stuck in that box. You can't get out. If you want to get out one day, it's like, oh, you know what? Today, I feel like moving around and doing something other than being in this box. Fuck you. You can't. You're stuck in that box. Second.
Okay, well then, point, subsection A. What would you do?
If I was a pop vinyl?
You're a pop vinyl. You can't do dick. You can't eat. You can't drink. You can't fuck.
Well, we're a transformer in this scenario.
Okay, then I'll just transform and break the box.
But then your entire disguise is gone. You can't just go back in the box.
Who says it's a disguise? Maybe it's a protective thing. Imagine one of your pop vinyls just fucking turned into a real man named Steve. He just walks out your house.
I'm looking at one right now. It just transforms, pops out of the box it's in, and just goes, my name is Googletron, and I have been sent here from an alien world.
But he's naked like the Terminator.
I've been sent back in time by your father, by your son, no, and
Your father, son, brother.
your son, whose name is Father.
Father of son of Derek.
And I've been sent to protect you. And I'm like, from what? And from that. And then something busts through my window, and it's a eviler looking pop vinyl.
Oh shit. Okay, that's I feel like we've gone to the four corners that we could possibly go with for this hypothetical.
I was gonna say I'd be a cell phone.
What? You'd have fucking just thumbs mashing into you all day, and thumbs and fingers?
No, you could be a spy, hide in people's pockets and find out their information.
You also have to look at really ugly faces from the worst angles all day.
That is true, but at least I wouldn't be named Stinky Pete.
Is that really what you're taking away from this? Is that you'd rather be anything other than Stinky Pete?
I would.
That's seriously what you're taking away from this?
Existence as Stinky Pete is hell.
Hell is real, and his name is Stinky Pete. What the fuck?
Now I wish there was like a different cut of Toy Story 2, like a slightly more mature cut of that film, and the only real difference is that at some point, like in the reveal where Stinky Pete is the villain, like he just goes on this like 5-minute monologue about like existence and hell and pain, and he's like, I have looked death in the eyes, and its name is Woody's finest hour, where I was forced to exist as Stinky Pete. Stupid. I'm such a moron.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Okay, do you have a hypothetical?
I had a list here. Give me a second, and I will be able to pull one up. Because there was at least a couple here that I was like, oh, yeah. It's so stupid compared to the ones we've been doing. If you...
Come on, hit me with it.
If your sheets had to be made of deli meats, what kind of deli meat would you prefer them to be made out of?
What in the fuck? That implies that there's like a radical difference in a majority of deli meats. They're just animal flesh. What difference would they have in terms of like texture? You know?
If it was like turkey, like a peppered turkey, it would be a little bit drier. You wouldn't have to deal with as much moisture. And you could like, but the flip side of that is that it shreds real easy. So you might like bust right through your sheets one night, and it's like, oh fuck, now my blanket's got a hole in it. It's time to eat the rest. Whereas you could go with
you know what? If it was made out of deli meat, I would cut it up, make it into a sandwich, and I would just not have I would not have bedding. That would be my life.
That feels like a sad life.
No, you just get a fucking blanket or some shit that isn't made of deli meat.
Because then you also, you have the other end of the spectrum, which is like roast beef, which is like a real durable, like you're not busting through that on accident. But the problem is, it's such a like, it's almost like a weighted blanket that's also wet.
That is literally one of the most disgusting things I think you've ever said. I really don't like this. This is probably the low light of the whole fucking time we've spent together in the last 8 years. I really don't like this at all. You've ruined this friendship now. See what you've done? You brought the fucking deli meat into this. That was ruined everything. I hope you're happy. I hope you'll be able to sleep at night with the knowledge of what you've done.
If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a standard question.
Yeah, it's not the most creative, but it's something. It's not what
I eat maybe like a mixture of 5 things now anyway, so...
Which are?
In this hypothetical, would I need to survive on this, or am I guaranteed a life where I get all of the proper nutrients and everything, I just eat the one thing?
That's a good question. I don't know, because it's obviously not specified in just the actual question.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that you don't have to worry about surviving. I'm just thinking, like, it will just be the one food, you can eat it as many times as you want throughout the day, and you'll be fine.
Okay, sure. But do you also get the, like, because if you choose, like, a Big Mac, are you saying, like, you're not going to get fat?
Well, calorie content is a thing, and then there's also the difference between sweet and savory. Like, you have to have the same thing for breakfast and dinner.
Right.
Breakfast for dinner is a common thing anyway, so that's not a bad idea.
Are we accepting customizable foods, such as pizza or burrito?
I feel like that's too vague. I feel like it has to be a specific of that variant.
So you have to choose like a chicken burrito with these specific fillings, or a pepperoni pizza maybe with black olives, but you better be sure you want the black olives because it's there forever.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, so then I'm not going to do those.
I feel like a certain type of cereal would be a good shout, because they have, like, nutrients and shit.
Yes,
But says
but
on the box that it's fucking good for you.
my first
Why would they lie?
thought is sometimes after I eat cereal, I get that milk feeling in my mouth, and I don't want to deal with that all the time for the rest of my life.
That is a thing as well. Like, are we counting the number of ingredients used to make this thing? Because technically, milk and cereal are two separate things. You would only be able to have one.
Yeah, but I feel like because otherwise, no complete dish is allowed. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like,
well, no,
pizza.
but what I mean is, like, you can just put a pizza in the oven and then that's done. You have to assemble cereal yourself. Like, cereal isn't sold with the milk.
Let's reimagine this a little bit. There's a hole in your wall, and there's a button next to it, and you push the button, and the thing that you choose just pops out complete, ready to go whenever you push that button.
Oh, it's like the microwave from Power Rangers in space?
Sure.
Do you know that was a thing?
So if you choose cereal, it is you push the button, a bowl with the cereal and the milk to the ratio you request, which is chosen up front and can never be changed, is presented to you.
See, now we have to take a deep dive into the world of cereal, because there's so many different kinds that are, like, really good, and then there's other kinds that are really not.
Because you also have to consider some cereals take a dive in quality when they get soggy. So if you choose one of those, you gotta eat it quick. Otherwise, the cereal towards the bottom is fucked.
I mean, I'm talking, like, specifically British territory, like, cereal, because you fuckers have some weird fucking crazy ideas when it comes to what you can make into cereal. Like, I literally just googled cereals right now, and the first thing I see is fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch Churro cereal.
That just sounds like...
You need to fucking just stop at one point. Like, that's too much.
I don't even know inherently, like content-wise, what the difference is between regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a churro version. Except maybe shape.
It's shaped like a churro, and it's thick, I guess. I don't know. You guys have it, I don't. I'm just looking at pictures. Looking at what's on the box.
Or the
you have
Oreo
Eggo cereal?
Huh?
Seriously?
A what?
You have cereal that's Eggo?
I am not familiar with that.
You know Eggos?
I do know Eggos.
It's a cereal.
I've not seen the cereal, is what I'm saying.
There's not really many mental gymnastics you need to do to imagine it, to be fair.
I'm not saying I can't conceptualize the cereal. I'm just saying I haven't seen it before.
I don't understand these words that you are stringing together.
Yeah, picture Eggos, picture cereal, put it together. I don't get it.
Yeah, you lost me there.
Yeah.
You know what? Granola gets a bad rap, but depending on what's in it, it's actually quite good.
Sure. Do you want to eat it forever?
Depends how long forever is. Like, if I die next week, I could do a week of granola.
You can't opt out of it. I feel like every hypothetical we present,
if I had to live with certain food for the rest of my life, I would go for a week and then I'd throw myself in front of a bus.
No. You gotta live the extent of your life as was punched into your receipt when you were born.
What are you thinking?
I'm still struggling because I feel like anything, after a while, you're like, okay, I'm done with this.
Okay, but what is, like, the least bad example of that? What is the best example of a food that you can literally just eat all the time? I'm thinking, like, maybe a pasta or something like that.
Maybe, but do we have
maybe mac and cheese?
Maybe, but you know what? Sometimes I feel like if I eat enough mac and cheese, I want to explode and throw up.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. It's
so heavy. Maybe something.
How about we broaden it a little bit and we say if the only food you're ever able to eat is from a specific restaurant, like say you can eat, but you can only eat at Taco Bell.
I would take that. I would take
then that just that boils it down to a cuisine, and the options in that cuisine.
But if we're specifically going a restaurant, you have to be very careful because it's like, oh, I like Italian food. I'll go Olive Garden. But then it's like, you just chose bottom of the barrel Italian food. And you have to suffer with that until you die.
See, we don't even have Olive Garden, so I don't know. I just know that it's a meme about the breadsticks.
Yeah, stuff the breadsticks in your purse.
Are they actually, like, what is an Olive Garden breadstick? Because I don't think that's what I think it is.
Picture some, like, not awesome quality bread. And then in the shape of, like, a rod.
Or a stick.
With, like, curved ends. Is
it filled with anything? Does it have any, like, additional stuff? Is it, like, dusted with anything?
With bread.
So it's literally just a baguette.
Small and oily.
Oily?
Yeah, they're weirdly greasy.
I will happily pick Subway.
Now, hold on.
There's a lot of different variety that you can have there. They do breakfasts, they do lunches and dinners. I think Subway, you're good to go.
Is this the just pick a restaurant option?
Yeah, this is just pick a restaurant. If we were only able to pick one food, we'd be here all fucking day and we would never be happy with the answer we give.
Okay.
Do you have a problem with Subway?
No.
You know you can get your crisps in now.
Wasn't that always part of this promotion? Is that it was an option to do either one?
Well, you've not been able to do it before the promotion.
Oh, you're just saying, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Now they give you the option to have crisps in your sub. Haha.
And I do it just to ensue chaos.
Yes.
And to watch all the crisp out people cry.
Apparently there's a lot of them.
Crisp out people?
Yeah, apparently there was a poll or something they did on their social medias, and it was almost 50-50, but I think Crisp Out won by like a few votes.
That's shocking to me.
I think some of the reasons that people have cited is that the crisps taste better outside the sandwich.
But you're just adding
like if you put them in the sandwich,
together.
you're just like you're getting too many flavors.
Too many flavors? What kind of sad lives are they living?
Oh, that's a valid criticism. If you were to add like too many different kinds of sauces into like pasta sauce, it would be overwhelming, and your tongue wouldn't know what to do. It would want to kill itself.
The tongue just jumped out of your mouth.
It would want to just crawl down your throat and then kill you.
Oh, we went different physical directions there, but okay, yeah.
If you were to have one food. I'm just gonna go with cereal. If you had to pick a specific one, I'd go for like the the chocolate pillow type cereal.
Chocolate pillow?
Do you have Crave?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard it described as a chocolate pillow.
Well, that's what the supermarket's own brand edition calls it.
Oh, that's the generic brand?
Yeah, the generic brand is just chocolate pillows.
That's a wild name for that.
Well, what else are you gonna call it?
Chocolate munchies.
Yeah, good one.
Chocolate pillows? You don't sleep on them.
They look like pillows.
Are your pillows stuffed with things?
Chocolate, yes. That's
in
how
England,
it is in Britain.
Our pillows are stuffed with chocolate.
Yes. Like Willy Wonka.
That's how we make sure
when he became king, he decided that was his first edict.
That's how we make sure we have sweet dreams. Sorry.
At least you apologized. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I'll go
what's your
Taco Bell.
answer?
I like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's awful, but it's good.
Crunchwrap Supremes.
Yeah,
you'll find with just blowing
quesadillas.
up your stomach every time you do this.
Quesadillas and cheesy gordita crunches.
Whatever you just said, yes.
You never had either one of those?
I don't think they're on our menus.
Oh, God, I feel so sorry for you.
I've had Crunchwrap Supremes. They're neat.
They're alright.
I mean, it depends on what excellence you're awaiting from the Bell of Tacos. Like, it's never going to be 5-star dining.
Give me the whole bell.
The entirety of the bell.
Hold the taco.
So I'm looking at a list of hypotheticals, and I'm just trying to find one that isn't fucking shit.
Yeah, a lot of generic on the internet hypotheticals are If you were a zombie, what famous person's body would you take over? What?
What?
That was a real one I just read.
Okay, how about this one? Would you want to permanently feel zero pain if given the chance?
What's the downside?
How do you know that you're, like, injured or dying? This is the reason why I choose not to take painkillers a lot of the time. Like, just as a rule of thumb. That's probably weird, but, like, it's... If you know me as a person, you know that I always, like, decline painkillers unless I'm, like, actually dying.
Yeah, I try to minimize the amount of things I take as well.
It's just purely from the thought that, like, okay, if I were to have a fucking heart attack, what if I don't feel it? And then what if I just die because I didn't feel the pain?
Quite that strong.
I mean, you know what I mean, though, don't you?
I do feel like you're overly nervous in that example.
Yes, maybe. I'm a fucking mental case. I have severe problems with a lot of different things in my life. Okay? What I'm saying is, if given the option to feel no pain, which is actually, like, a real condition, apparently. Some people just can't feel pain. And that's not even, like, an anime thing. That's just, like, a real thing. I don't think I would go for that. Because how else are you going to know that you're in danger? I mean, yes, for trivial pains like headaches and heartburn, like, sure, that's nice to not have, but... I don't know, what if you just start bleeding out and then you don't know, and then it's too late, you're dead?
I get headaches very frequently, so, like, that was kind of where my mind was going first. It's like, ooh, no more headaches. And also, like, I bump into shit a lot, and it hurts. And I would like to not have to deal with that.
Okay, you know what a really easy solution to that is?
Be better at walking.
Yes.
But
why aren't you? What's your problem?
Because I have a wide body. I brush into things with my wide body.
The world is too small for me.
I am Galactus. And
Maybe don't live in a fucking Sylvanian family house.
What?
Sylvanian families.
Yeah, you can just repeat the thing that I was obviously confused by and assume.
You could just say, we don't have that, I don't know what that is. Dick.
Well, yes, clearly, otherwise I wouldn't be confused.
It's a fucking tiny little series of houses with tiny little rodents and they're really cute and it's small. The point is that it's small. You live in small house. You're a large fat man living in a small house. Are you happy now?
It's the prequel series to Full House.
Fat house?
Small house.
Oh.
It was still full, but just with a lot less space.
How did we get onto this?
I don't know. We were talking about,
Oh yeah, you keep walking into shit because you're a moron.
Yeah. No, I guess I wouldn't take the no pain because, yeah, what if I burn my fingers
I've never
off?
heard anyone, like, with the condition being like, yeah, this is good.
I enjoy this.
They always have problems, so...
Well, that was the other thing. Does no pain mean no sensory...
Does no pain mean no gain?
If I can't feel pain, I'm physically incapable of feeling pain, which means I'm physically incapable of gain.
So, like, if you went to the gym and you just did, like, thousands of bicep curls and, like, you fucked up your muscles permanently, you wouldn't feel pain, but you would also lose motor functions.
That is true. Working out
pain is significantly different from anything else.
Yeah, working out would be impossible.
And yeah, even if you just, like, I don't know, broke your leg, like, you wouldn't feel it, but you wouldn't be able to walk.
You might notice you have a new joint in your shin.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with, I would like to feel pain. The pain makes me know that I'm alive.
Also, like, what's the difference between feeling pain and just feeling anything touch-wise, right? Like, can I still feel anything?
You'd feel, like, the good stuff or the stuff that isn't painful.
So I imagine you could create a new system of, like, oh, I feel it when you just poke my arm, but I didn't feel it when that sharp metal thing went into my arm, so I'm gonna imagine that's bad.
Yeah, it's like pain has a valid, like, place in the human condition, so you kind of need it. If you don't have it, life's more difficult.
Would numbness become the new pain?
I don't know how to answer that.
Because, let me explain. Like I just said, like, you get tickled, you're like, oh, I feel that. Or, like, someone brushes your face with a makeup brush or whatever. It's like, oh, I feel that. And then you get stabbed, and you're like, I didn't feel that. Which means, because I know I can't feel pain, that must mean that was real bad. And then it becomes like a Pavlovian response where if something happens and you don't feel it, you know it's bad. And so that becomes the new brain indication of pain. Does that make sense?
I stopped listening, what?
All right.
Alright, no, okay. If you could erase one thing from existence, even the memory of the thing, that you just completely wipe it out, what would it be?
Huh.
It can be like an event, or a thing, or a species, I suppose.
A species?
If you want to go down that route, I don't know, get rid of all the spiders, I don't know. Except don't, because I think that would be bad for the ecosystem.
Spiders are very much necessary. I don't think mosquitoes are necessary, though, are they?
So you're asking me like I'm a fucking botanist? I don't know.
I'm gonna Google. Are mosquitoes necessary?
Do we need mosquitoes?
Are mosquitoes
Oh, you're actually Googling this. Okay, that's new.
necessary?
I think I would get rid of the concept of farts having odors.
Oh, so we can you're talking concepts we can even do.
Sure. Why not?
Turns out mosquitoes are necessary, god damn it.
You think they would be, otherwise we wouldn't have them. I'm
Appendixes.
sure evolution has picked out all of the things that aren't necessary and has just got rid of them itself.
Appendixes don't need to exist.
That's such a fucking, that has no impact on anything. That's not fun. That's not a fun answer to this question.
I'm not answering the question with appendix. I'm just pointing out to you that just because it exists doesn't mean it's necessary.
Same could be said for me. Or any of us.
We're learning a lot about Brooks's mental state in this episode.
Is anyone necessary?
The word necessary can be whittled down to the bare number of meaning.
I hate that that's become a meme amongst us.
Fart smell. That's your answer?
What's the point? Why does it smell bad?
Is it similar to pain?
I feel pain whenever I smell a really bad one, yes.
Like, is it a necessary...
Makes me want to throw up.
Is it How bad are the ones you're smelling?
I'm hanging out with a lactose intolerant person a lot of the time, so...
That is true.
And so are you.
I also do, yes.
Do you not subscribe to this newsletter?
It is one way to look at this question. I'm trying to think maybe there are other avenues that I could go down, but I'm not picking anything up yet. I'm getting zero radio signals.
Like, farts have, zero purpose to have odor anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, the act of doing them is important because it gets rid of air in your body, but for them to be, the worst smelling thing ever, it's not really necessary, is it? We're not skunks. We don't use it as a defense mechanism.
I'd go one step beyond. I would erase...
Get rid of buttholes.
No. I would erase the need for any byproducts of eating. Any, waste processes that happen from eating or existing. Burp, fart, shit, piss, all of it. Gone.
So we'd basically be all like Kim Jong-un.
No. What?
That's the thing. He doesn't excrete.
Right. Oh, okay. Yes. But no. It is, our bodies are now 100% efficient. Everything we consume gets used. There are no byproducts. There is no waste.
So we all become pillar men, basically.
Yes.
And I don't know. I feel like that's a dangerous route because a lot of people would not know how to use that power.
Well, we don't necessarily become more powerful. We just don't have to poop.
You get rid of the idea of having, that would destroy the plumbing industry. I feel like a lot of people would lose jobs.
There would have to become some other industry that pops up as a result, though.
What would that be?
I feel like human efficiency would skyrocket.
I guess, but imagine you're I don't know, Dave the plumber, right? You fall asleep one day, you're a plumber, and then you wake up. You have no memory of what your job is. You don't know what you do as a person. You don't know what you've been doing these past 30 years. All you know is that you wake up, you don't have a job.
I don't think plumbing goes away, because water pipes and things such as that need to still exist.
Yeah, but toilets wouldn't need to exist.
The entire plumbing industry is not hinging on toilets.
I request elaboration.
Sinks for washing hands for food prep and just bringing water to homes and showers and things of that nature still need to exist. Boilers for making things hot still need to exist. Much of plumbing still exists without toilets.
So you're just getting rid of toilets, basically.
The need for them and themselves, yes.
Sure.
Also, think of
it's
how
not
much
a bad
cleaner
idea.
the world would be.
It's not just shit everywhere.
It's in a lot of places.
Yeah, but that's not like the main byproduct of human waste. That's like actual garbage and littering.
Ooh, here's a thought. Are humans the only species on Earth that gain this efficiency? Like, do dogs and cows and birds still poop? And we're just looking at them like, why do they do that? What is that stuff coming out of them?
Depending on the scope of your wish, then I suppose it would apply to all living creatures.
Because...
But then how would we get, manure?
That was why I thought that. Because human poop is not really used for that.
Well, it depends on where you are.
I guess, but there are other options. So
There are other options, but they don't use them.
Well, now they would have to.
But then if you got rid of everyone pooping, everyone is a purely efficient being. We need manure for stuff, don't we?
So then I would leave animals with the curse of pooping.
That's kind of cruel. It's
I
kind of
don't know.
fucked
Is
up.
it cruel just to poop? I don't think so, but I would get rid of
But
it
then,
just because I would like
why
to see
would you
what the
get
world
rid
is
of it
like.
anyway? If it's not cruel to do, why get rid of it in the first place for humans?
It's time out of my day, and sometimes it hurts.
The same could be said for animals, bro.
They're eating more efficient diets. They're eating what they're meant to eat because that's how they're...
Have you seen a cow pat? I would not call that efficient.
Well, what I mean is, they're built to consume grass and get their nutrients from grass, so they eat the grass, and then that's what happens. We kind of created our own little fucking weirdness of what we eat, and that creates different effects in our bodies, which is something cows don't go through. Cows aren't eating Thai food and then sitting out back later going, oh, god damn it. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a fucking newspaper comic. Like fucking, I can't remember the guy who made the Cow Tools comic.
Oh, yeah.
Still one of my favorite things of all time.
I remember you showing it to me and I was just so
Gary
utterly
Larson.
confused.
You were utterly confused?
Oh, shit! But yeah, I'd get rid of pooping and any bodily waste that humans have to go through.
Yeah, that's one answer, I suppose.
Imagine not having to pee anymore. No more getting up in the middle of the night because you had a glass of water before bed.
Yeah, but some people enjoy the pee.
They would find other joys in life. I don't think anyone's singular joy in their life is, man, I can't wait for about 2 o'clock in the morning tonight when I have to get up to pee. And that's the only thing I have going for me in my life.
I don't think you're thinking of it in the same way that I'm thinking of it.
How are you thinking of it?
Sexually.
They would find other things to enjoy.
Life finds a way.
Yeah, horniness finds a way.
I mean, sure. I feel sorry for them, but they lose their kink. But they have no memory of it anyway.
Yeah, they don't know what they've
hypothetical,
lost.
So.
It's like Thanos snapping away half the population. They'll feel nothing.
Do you have another hypothetical?
If you can erase one kink from reality.
Oh, foots. Feet kinks.
Foots, yeah.
100%.
Really?
I don't
That's
get
the
it.
first one you go to?
They're so gross and weird. Not the people with the kink, just the idea of it.
Oh, here's one. Because that wasn't actually one that I would want to
You
ask.
want to abandon this conversation
Yes.
quickly, don't you?
That was a joke one that I asked while I was getting my phone and looking at the other list. If someone offered you $10,000, or in your case, 10,000 pounds, every time they punched you in the face, and let's say this is a strong person. This is not a dainty little small boy. This is
John Cena.
I was going to say like a female MMA fighter, but you probably wouldn't know who most of them are. Sure, let's go with John Cena. $10,000 every time they punch you in the face. How many times would you let them punch you in the face?
How hard are they punching, though? Do they have control over their strength, or is this like an all might fucking all of my power 100%?
United States of Smash. No. I'll go with John Cena at about 50%. He's not trying to kill you, but he is gonna give you a good jock in the mouth bones.
I think I'd have two.
You go two hits?
Punches. That would be my limit. One on the left, one on the right, and then
pop,
hopefully I don't get fucking brain clots or like any sort of internal bleeding or broken bones from that.
Let's say it is a guarantee you will have no long-lasting health effects from this. Does that
10
change?
times.
Does that change your answer?
Yeah, 10 times.
You go 10 hits
For 100,000, I think that's fair.
from John Cena at 50% of his full power.
You said I would have no long-lasting effects.
Long-lasting? Your face gonna be fucking swole for a month or so.
Don't care, I'm rich.
I guess.
I can get a house and live in that house forever, looking like the Elephant Man.
100,000, you're gonna get a good house forever?
This got depressing really quick. Because no is the answer to that. Thanks, boomers.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because I'm thinking about, I've never been hit in the face. You know what I mean? I've never been punched in the face.
We can change that.
I feel like this podcast will end with me getting punched in the face.
If we literally like did this in person, we would have at least gotten to like maybe 2 fist fights by now.
You would have at least punched me real hard in the arm during our conversation about Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, I was very close to just wanting to strangle you without any sense of irony. Like, I just wanted to put my hands around your throat.
Okay, on a different sidecar to this money hypothetical, if you were just handed no repercussions, you don't have to get hit, you don't have to do anything. You're handed 1 million, in your case, pounds.
Okay, yes.
What are you doing with that money?
I'm investing at least a small portion of it. I'm probably going to give to charity as well. Thing is, it's this hypothetical idea. How real do we want to get with this? Because lottery winners, historically, have had really shitty times with this sudden new wealth.
Yes.
Because you have people basically with a hit mark like on you, wanting to get that money.
Yes.
You have family like crawling out of a woodwork like little fucking ants, just trying to come at you and get your money. Like, people would expect things of you because you have money.
Let's
Do
say...
people know? Or is this like a anonymous, like, just me, I know what money I have thing?
Yeah, you're just given this by a stranger walking down the street. No one knows but you. You can tell who you wish to tell, but for all intents and purposes, you're the only person that knows you have this new 1 million pounds.
I would tell nobody.
Okay.
I would keep it under my mattress.
Why?
Because it's not going in a bank, is it?
Why?
If it goes in a bank, people know you have money.
The bank will know, but it's not like your parents get a notification when you invest or when you put money in your account.
Well, no, but if the bank knows, then you become notorious because you're given, like, special treatment.
What do you think happens when you put money in a bank?
If you have a lot of money in just a regular bank, that's going to attract a lot of eyeballs from within the company who have links to high-profile individuals who will then know. Then you become a target.
Who are these people?
It's fuck? It's a hypothetical. Do you want names?
But, like, what are you talking about? You put money, okay, I put $1 million in my bank account. Someone at Bank of America goes, oh shit, Carmine just put $1 million in his account. He's way richer than we thought he was. But who then is this person telling that to that is affecting my life? Or even how is that person
just being
affecting
like,
my life?
yo, is this a normal thing? Is this a regular occurrence? And they're like, no, this isn't normal. We should investigate this. Let's call him up and ask him where he got this money from.
So
and
you're
then
saying
that's where
they're
it
gonna
all comes into a thing.
You're saying they're gonna start a criminal investigation because they assume you stole this money?
Yes.
All right, okay, I see where you're
People
going with this.
just don't deposit millions into their bank account. Like, how much money do you have right now in there?
I am not disclosing that information.
No, I'll bleep it out. How much do you have?
About dollars.
Right. If you went from that amount to $1 million, do you really think that that's going to, like, be just, oh yeah, no, that's fine, business is normal? People are going to want to know where you got that money, how you got that money, and if you can't answer those questions, they're probably going to take it from you and seize your assets.
All right. I see where you're going with this.
This is why I keep it in my mattress.
Let's assume nobody asks any questions.
How many more layers are we going to add to this hypothetical? Because I keep coming up with bullshit ideas.
You get this money from a hooded stranger in an unmarked fucking bag.
In an unmarked duffel bag.
In an unmarked duffel bag. And when you deposit it, if you choose to do so, nobody at the bank thinks anything of it. No one asks any questions. They just accept it. And they don't bother you.
Okay. But then what about... No, okay. A portion of it would go to charity just so that I feel like I'm
What's this
doing
portion? How big
something
a
good
portion?
with it. At least 30%.
So at least, what is that, $300,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 20.
I love human nature and how quickly that dropped.
No, because what I mean is, like, I deserve things, I deserve money, don't I?
And no one said you don't.
Right.
I just love the immediate...
I'm naturally, like, over generous by nature. Ask Ellie. They will tell you. Ask any of my fucking friends. You know this.
I was going to ask a tipping question, but it's not really a thing that happens so much in the UK.
What's that?
Tipping.
Tipping?
At restaurants.
Oh. I mean, we can if we choose to, but that's not their paycheck. Because we have a human approach to how people make money.
Right, it's not a default part of the restaurant experience.
No.
Like it is here. Because I was going to say, when I tip...
We have gratuity, which is an option, and whenever we are presented with that choice, if the server is nice, we always do it.
Right. Yeah, because I was going to say, when I tip, it's like at a 30% almost minimum. Doesn't even matter. They could have spat in my face. I'm like...
You want them to have money.
Yes.
No, I can't even do maths, so I would not be able to do that, like, as a nature thing. But okay, so a portion of it goes to charity, a portion of it goes to investing in things. I feel like the stock market could be a fun thing.
I'm going to ask another follow-up question, because people often say this when they're presented with this type of hypothetical. Oh, I'm going to invest. Do you know anything about investing? What are you investing it in? How are you doing that?
Hey, I can read. I can read things. I can read books. I can consult people. I can get, like, a financial advisor.
Because I don't know shit about investing, and I feel like if I just said I'm going to put it in stocks, I'd end up losing that money.
Well, no, I'd get a financial advisor who knows what they're doing, and then, depending on the thing or not, it wouldn't be a significant portion. It would be less than, like, 10,000.
Ah.
It would be maybe 1,000.
Really? That little?
I mean, that little. It's a significant amount to invest in anything.
I mean, sure.
Like, what if I just went into, like, a business that became, I don't know, the next Apple or something, and then bam, I have more money than Jeff Bezos.
But how do you know? That's, especially if it's a new business, you're completely gambling. You have no idea.
That's the thing. That's why I'm only going to spend, like, $1,000 on that.
I guess.
And then the rest of the money, I don't know, I get a house for me and the partner. Maybe get, like, a one of those big swimming pools. I'd essentially get like I'd say I get the Argos catalogue for my UK friends. Do you have a place where like it's a store that has a catalogue and then you look in it and then you buy things from it?
Sears used to be like that. I don't know if Sears even exists anymore.
What do they sell?
Everything.
Okay, imagine if Walmart had like a book with all of the products that they sell in it. Alright? And then you go through that and then you order it based off what's in the book, yeah?
Sure.
That's what Argos is. They just don't do food.
Okay.
I would get the Argos catalog and I go through and I get everything that I would want.
Okay. How much money realistically do you feel like you'd end up spending just on that part alone?
Maybe 10,000.
Do you think you'd spend $10,000 on a shopping spree?
These numbers are beyond my comprehension at the moment, alright? When you think about $1 million, you don't actually think how large that is in comparison to everything else that you have.
The idea of $1 billion is so fucking wild.
I'm gonna look up Jeff Bezos' fucking, like, pocket money right now, so that we can actually, like,
because there's a difference.
Analyze this.
There's a difference between net worth and actual, like, money he has available in his bank account.
We're talking about what we would do with $1 million and how many ideas we have with that.
Yeah.
His fucking net worth is $191 billion.
That is such an unfathomable, disgusting amount of money.
Yeah.
There is no... I once heard this said out loud, and then the more I thought about it, the more true it became in my head. There is no moral reason to be a billionaire. There is no reason to have that much money.
Why do you, one person, need that much money?
That's exactly... There's no need. You should be giving that to so many different people. Dude, if I had $191 billion, I could give 1,000 people $1 million and it would not affect my life 1 fucking %.
This reminds me of a website called Spend Bill Gates Money.
Right, yes.
Where you're given, I think it's 100 billion or something, like, you're given $1 billion and then you get to decide what you want to buy.
And it's like, it's a possibility in that website to like literally buy every NFL team and then so many other things on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking wild.
You can buy the Mona Lisa, a skyscraper, a jet plane, you can make a movie, you can buy a mansion, an Apache helicopter, Formula One car, tanks, Super Bowl ad. These are just, like, single million figures. I buy a Super Bowl ad, a yacht, an M1 Abrams tank, a Formula One car, 2 Apache helicopters, 2 mansions, gonna make 2 movies, buy 5 Boeing 747s, get the Mona Lisa, build 2 skyscrapers, buy 3 cruise ships and an NBA team. I'm still at 91 million.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why the fuck do billionaires exist?
This is what people mean when they say eat the rich.
Eat the specific rich ones who don't fucking, like, or at least are the least philanthropic and run sweatshops, basically.
Right. Eat the people with the absurd amounts of money that you literally cannot even fucking fathom. Imagine $191 billion sitting in a room. That is impossible. There's not enough space in the room for that much money. These are the people that need to be devoured.
Hypothetically speaking, if you were going to devour Bill Gates, where would you start? The head or the feet?
You gotta start head. Put him out of their misery. I don't want to deal with him screaming. It's so dark. It's the darkest conversation we've had in our entire friendship.
Oh, no, it's not. You
Why
kidding?
is it darker than this?
Okay. If you could rename any animal, what animal would you rename and why? I'd rename the frog the Chuzzwazzer.
Just for the Simpsons joke?
Yes, because it's the greatest television show of all time.
God almighty, I have no idea.
What's an animal with like a really dumb name? Like it shouldn't be called that. An armadillo.
What's wrong with an armadillo?
Do they even have arms?
Or dillos? Sharks.
What would you name them? Parks.
What's a really gentle sounding name?
Clouds.
Or
Sea friends.
Guffles.
Guffles?
Yeah. The Great White Guffle.
Hammerhead Guffle?
Isn't that so much better? It just completely takes the edge off of them.
But they need that edge.
No, I feel like there's a hilarious irony in something so dangerous being named a Guffle.
That's hilarious only to you. When you are in the sea and then you get eaten by a Guffle, that's gonna be what kills you. You were eaten by a Guffle.
Yes, I am signing my own death warrant by naming them something so silly, but I feel like it's worth it.
That shit's on your own legacy. Oh, what fucking chode got eaten by a Guffle?
There was a Guffle attack today at Daytona Beach.
That sounds like a Harry Potter creature, doesn't it?
A Guffle?
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Guffle.
He got eaten by the Guffle.
Voldemort's giant pet three-headed Guffle.
It was actually a Korean woman this whole time.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know his fucking pet snake?
Hmm?
Yeah, it's actually a Korean woman.
What do you mean the snake was a Korean woman?
I mean, the snake used to be a person, but then it got turned into a snake.
That's part of the story? That happened?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That is dumb.
That's in the fucking Fantastic Beasts fucking expanded universe.
Oh, God. What's his name? His name is basically Guffle, right?
Voldemort?
No. The Fantastic Beasts guy.
Newt.
Guffle.
Newt Guffle.
No, it's Scamander. The reason I can walk you through my thought process is there.
I don't think I want you to. I feel like that would change nothing.
We'll leave it open then. You figure it out. Email us why you think I thought that. No.
So the snake Nagini was a type of thing called a maledictus. A maledictus is specifically a female individual who carries a blood curse that will turn you into a beast permanently.
Sure. Is that one of the many crimes of Guffle Boy?
I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
The second Fantastic Beast movie is The Crime of Johnny Depp, and his name was Guffle Boy? Crimes of Guffle Boy?
Shut the fuck up.
What's his name?
Just Grindelwald.
Grundle Boy?
Fuck off. I haven't even watched the movies and I know what they are. I haven't watched them because they're dumb.
Are they? I saw the first Fantastic Beasts. I thought it was...
The snake, the actual canon snake, gets fucking retroactively turned into a Korean woman. What the fuck, JK? You shitbag? What the fuck are you doing? How dare you say that wizards just vanish their shit when they're done with it, when plumbing has existed since the fucking Aztecs?
That's the wildest one.
I don't understand that, even to a point where it's like, okay, in this hypothetical world, wizards, used to just shit themselves and then vanish it away with magic.
Where does it go?
Not even that. Plumbing has been a thing since the dawn of time.
Well...
What kind of sect of wizards has not had a hole in the ground to shit in?
There was a point before plumbing was invented, but there is something to be said about plumbing at some point was invented, and wizards just decided, nah, we're good with the making ourselves wish it away thing.
I hate J.K. Rowling, I really do.
But where does it go?
Same place Avdol went.
Aww. Poor guy.
I know.
Sitting there with no arms, covered in wizard shit.
A fate worse than death.
Is he immortal in this cream universe?
You're implying that there's a universe. We are talking about something that maybe 1% of our audience will understand.
The overlap here between Harry Potter and JoJo's is wild.
Let's throw this conversation out the window.
There it goes.
Bye.
That was a window sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wizards, what were we talking about?
Naming an animal something different. You want to name sharks fucking Guffles, yeah.
Yeah, and you'd name frogs the Simpsons.
No, I'd name armadillos legadillos.
All right. Why?
It's funny. It's funny.
All
It's
right.
a joke. Ha ha ha. Look at that legadillo.
I'd name rats Steve. We have an email address, so if you want to email us, you can send that. We have to stop now. It has to be over. I can't exist anymore.
No, okay, we need to finish on like one question that's like really fucking good, like real fucking corker. Let me see if I can get the resident simp to give us any ideas.
Okay. All right, sure.
In the meantime, do you have a list?
I mean, there's the classic shit. Like, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
There's so many different superpowers.
My answer's never changed. It would be Beast Boy's power of turning into different animals, whatever animal I want.
Instant transmission.
So just teleporting?
Yeah, just think of a place and then you can go there. But it has to be like a real place. So if I thought of like your house, but you have to have like an actual like, I don't want to say an experience of being there, but you have to know where you're going specifically. If I had like a picture of your bedroom, then I could imagine myself being in that bedroom through that picture. Then if I think of that, bam, I'm there.
You're literally talking about the movie Jumper.
Is that what that is?
That's exactly what that is. He has pictures of places, and when he looks at the picture and concentrates on the picture, he can teleport to that place.
I thought it was just about a cold guy.
A cold guy?
Yeah, and he gets a jumper.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I would do the animal thing. Because think about it. Do you need to go somewhere real fast? Turn into an eagle and fly. Do you need to be sneaky and no one knows you're there? Turn into a fucking gnat and just sneak into the room. Do you need to lift a car? Gorilla.
Yeah, if there's anything that gorillas are known for, it's for benching fucking Toyotas in the jungle.
But they're gonna be the strongest animal with arms you can use to be strong with.
Sure.
So I think that's the most versatile.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Isn't there drawbacks to that, though?
I don't know. What would they be?
Like, you'd still have, like, stamina, and you would have to use your strength to do this. Like, you wouldn't just have infinite amounts of, like, stamina.
I guess.
Like, say you turn into a gorilla, lift a car, you're gonna be tired because you just lifted a car. Even though you're able to, that still takes a lot of energy from you.
I guess.
And who's to say that the transforming itself doesn't create some sort of, like, stamina lock anyway?
I mean, I feel like that would have been established in any form of Beast Boy media if that was the case. I mean,
okay,
straight up,
Beast
whatever.
Boy isn't like an OP untouchable. Like, he has to have some nerfs to him, doesn't he? I don't remember that much.
I think you're right about the stamina while in the animal form, that you can only do whatever the animal's capable of. I think you're right about that.
Right, yeah.
I just don't think transforming takes up stamina.
Doesn't he, like, isn't there an episode where he just keeps transforming and he gets really tired from doing that? Or am I just imagining that?
If he was getting tired, I mentioned it was from whatever it was he was doing. Not just transforming.
Oh, I don't know. It's been forever since I've seen that show. Okay, no, that's fair. I think instant transmission or jumper, the superpower of jumping would be...
Yeah, I mean, there's also, like...
You have to have a power that won't get you, like, notorious as well.
Because that's the other thing. Like, you could say, like, you could go real fucking cheesy OP and be like, I want the ability to rewrite reality however I see fit. It's like, yeah,
I want a JoJo stand.
Dude, okay. We're gonna, for anyone who doesn't listen to or watch JoJo's, we're gonna lose you a little bit here. But just for all intents and purposes, JoJo stands are very specific superpowers. Like, I mean very specific. So take a stand that already exists in JoJo canon. If you could have any stand, what would it be?
Okay, we have to then explain what the stand is, because
I mean,
no
yes,
one's gonna know.
that is part of this.
I think the world, which is stopping time, would be pretty neat.
Now, keep in mind, you can stop time for the equivalent of 5 seconds. So how much are you really getting done?
Well, it's the seconds thing, it varies on how powerful you are, doesn't it?
Alright, so realistically, if we had the world, we're talking like 1 second then. So what are we really doing?
That's not really much, is it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe I don't know. It's hard because like a lot of these things are tied to the person that has it, and they are fuck off powerful people. Like if I had King Crimson, which is that's a really bad example.
Well, okay, I can explain King Crimson real quick. Imagine there's a moment where you're drinking water. Split that moment into 3 segments. You holding the water. No, you lifting the glass of water to your mouth, you taking a sip, and then you lowering it back down. King Crimson's ability is to erase the perception of time, about 10 seconds worth, but you can vary that. If you can go less if you want. You're not locked into 10 seconds. So your perception of that moment happening of you drinking the water is you lift it to your mouth, and then suddenly you're done, and you're lowering it again, and you don't remember taking the sip. It's called erasing time in JoJo's, but that's really not what it is. It's removing the perception of that time from everybody's reality so that they don't it feels like they've skipped it.
Oh, yeah. Remember when stands were just, this is fire. He can punch good. He has swords.
My favorite stand has always been Crazy Diamond, which is, he's a strong boy. He can punch things real good, but also he can take a broken thing and reassemble it however he wants. He could fix it just to how it was, or he could reassemble it in a new way. That's always been my favorite, but I don't know if I'd actually be able to utilize that much in my day-to-day life, you know what I mean? The answer...
I feel like you specifically would just go around breaking shit just so that you could use it. Like, you would just be hucking things at the wall, and then you just be like, oh, look what I can do. Do, 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 do.
It's my little magic trick. And then I'd get arrested for witchcraft.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like with a superpower thing, you have to have something that would not get you noticed by the authorities because you're the only person in the world that has this ability.
Right. My actual answer that I think I would go with, which is also from part 4, is Harvest, which is...
Oh, really?
This horde of little gremlin things that can... you can
They're more like insects rather than
sorta,
gremlins.
Yeah. You can like tell them, hey... just go find loose change that people are not like cognizant of anymore. Like it's just lost and people don't even realize it's there. And they will autonomously go out, look for change and bring it back to you. And I think that's OP as shit for day-to-day normal human life.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, I don't think, to have that one.
Because you could do that for anything. In the show, they say, hey, go find a bunch of lottery tickets that people threw out. And one of them might be a winner.
If we were to think about, like, what stand would you least like to have, that's another question as well.
What?
For
like
me, there's only one correct answer.
If any of them are like a hindrance, you mean?
Or it would just suck to have that ability. Like, oh, look at this guy, he has baby face.
Oh, yeah, that one sucks.
Babyface is a laptop that rapes people. And makes a homunculus out of that session.
Yeah, that is actually what it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of the wildest one.
No.
I mean, dude.
There's gotta be some stands from, like, Part 8. What about the thing where it's like, it has to be above you and you have to have a hole in you and then you can be controlled?
In Part 6, there is a stand that Dio in a flashback refers to as, if I had to pick one, this is the worst stand. And it's called Survivor. And it is this little disc kind of thing, but it sends out these micro electric signals that they're not strong enough to hurt a person. But what they do is they trigger the aggressive part of your brain and they make everybody want to fight everybody nearby. To the death. Including the user.
That could be useful. You could use it to create a diversion.
But it's going to affect you too, is the thing.
Okay, that's probably not the worst stand ever. What about, Hey Ya?
Hey Ya is great! Are you kidding me?
Am I thinking of the one where it's like just, it does nothing but give you a pep talk?
It's not just a pep talk. It literally points you in the luckiest direction. It like knows shit and it's like, hey, go over there, things will work out.
Nah, I don't know. That's very hit or miss.
It's actually all hit. Like there's no
in the
miss.
world of stand abilities, like, would you really want that?
I mean, again, I'm looking at this from a day-to-day perspective. I'm not looking at this on how can I best fight an evil vampire, because in that case, yeah, hey, sucks. But in my life, to make my life easier, if I had a little dude hanging out my shoulder that's like, hey, go to the fucking bodega, buy a lottery ticket with these numbers on it, that's like the shit.
Okay, but who's to say that they're selling that lottery ticket?
Well, that's the thing. This thing just inherently knows when the thing is good. Like, go there, do this, it'll work out. And he's
but
always
then
right.
That creates an environment where it's like, okay, who are you? How are you doing this? I'm calling the police.
You're going to call the police on your stand.
No, that's I'm talking from from an outsider perspective. Like, you're basically Slumdog Millionaire. They're going to think you're rigging the system or something by doing all of this crazy shit.
But guess what? They will have no evidence because you're not actually rigging anything. You're just getting told the correct advice.
Yeah, I guess. All right, you have a point.
Heia's actually dope as shit. Paisley Park is another good one for day-to-day.
See, I don't know much about Paisley Park because that's Part 8 and I'm not familiar with Part 8 as much.
Paisley Park is essentially a GPS for whatever's going to benefit you. Like, go around the corner, there's a hammer that you need. Or whatever it is you need is over there.
Just pick it up and then when the time comes, you'll know.
Like, whatever you need, I'll point you to it. It's not quite the same as Hey Ya, which is, hey, go over there, there's just free money sitting over there. It's like, oh, you need a thing for this specific thing? I can tell you where it is.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Soft and wet is nice.
That's not a nice sentence.
Well, we're talking about Part 8. It's bubbles that can just remove aspects of things from things. Which is, it sounds vague and mind-blowing. It's because it is.
The thing is, if you make a stand vague enough, you can do some really impressive shit.
Yes.
That's why having a specific stand is the worst.
You can remove the sound from a wall. You can remove friction from a floor. You can remove someone's eyes from their head.
Mate, what the fuck is this thing that we really enjoy?
It's awesome.
Dope as shit.
Did Ellie present anything?
No, they're probably sleeping, because that's all they fucking do is sleep and cry about BTS.
Fair enough.
How you doing listening to this back? I love you.
This is a fun one. If you could transport, like, just drop it. Like
like Jason Statham.
No. If you could, let me finish the sentence. If you could transport one furious elephant into any point in history, any specific place, any specific time, you just drop it in the room and let it run wild, where would you put it?
I could go with a lot of controversial decisions. Like, there's the point of it being like a benefit, and then there's the point of it being funny. Like, just to cause chaos. There's like two different routes you can go down here.
What's one that you consider a benefit, and then what's one that you think is funny?
One that's funny would be like any president's inauguration speech.
I thought you were going to say the moon landing.
No, but it's how can it be furious? It's floating. It doesn't have like gravity.
But imagine, especially because, unfortunately, this is a little cruel to the elephant, but if you just drop it on the moon, it is not long for this world. So
it's gonna burst.
Imagine.
That would change the perception of the world. Like, oh, there's elephants in space that randomly blow up.
Imagine that, like...
But no, our understanding of space would prove that was just an isolated incident, and then that would tear everyone's minds apart. Because what the fuck happened there?
Imagine that photograph of the astronauts taking a picture next to the American flag on the moon.
A bursting elephant behind them.
And you're able to drop it just at the right time where they click the button to take the picture, as it's like... not exploded, so it's not just a mess, but it is exploding.
Just imagine, in Wind Waker, you can take a selfie with Ganondorf as he's about to hit you.
Yes.
Just imagine, really angry elephant just charging at the camera and it looks pissed, but you're just like,
Imagine the conspiracy theorists that exist now about the moon landing if that were the picture.
It would be an unfathomable existence.
What's one that you think is a benefit?
I would pick the moment in time where you decided to put Always Sunny ahead of Dragon Ball Z.
Really? You would just drop it in my room and kill me?
Yeah, fuck you. Can't believe you did that. Arsehole.
Oh, you're so petty.
Yes.
What's one that you think is a benefit?
Well, there's a thing of, like, erasing bad things from existence is like that would alter a timeline, and then maybe something worse would happen, so I don't think that's a very fair question.
I would drop it in the room in the nursery where Hitler was born.
Right. I don't want to talk about that. Just look up the fucking trope of why it's a bad thing to go back in time and kill Hitler, and then you'll understand why.
I mean, yeah. The butterfly effect and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had all my answers. What about you?
Well, I'm sticking to the moon one. And for benefit, no, you know what? All that's coming to mind are funny ones. Like, I just imagined, like, iconic sports moments. Like...
The Minneapolis Miracle.
Minneapolis Miracle. And as Stephon Diggs is running to the end zone, there's just an elephant running alongside of them. The pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Elephant!
Yeah. That's a good one.
Fucking... I do like the inauguration speech. I like that one. Or like...
I feel like Donnie T's fucking inauguration speech would have been made a lot more memorable and a lot more funny if he was just crushed by an elephant.
Nobody's inauguration was as eventful as mine. We had a giant rampaging elephant.
When I died. I wanted to trample him. I wanted to kill him.
That'd be the best route.
Sure.
But then we end up with Mike Pence. Does it trample them both?
Yes. It tramples them both and it votes for Biden. What the fuck do you want from me?
Why'd you get suddenly aggressive?
Because that's that whole thing of like, oh, I would use it to kill this bad person. It's like, okay, but is that actually a good decision? Maybe this is the best possible timeline we have.
Maybe.
You don't know. And that fear of the unknown scares me.
I would drop it. I would find wherever Araki writes his manga. This is the creator of JoJo's. Oh,
God.
This is the creator of JoJo's. I would just, wherever he writes his stuff, I would drop it on, like, the street outside his window. And just one day an elephant just rampages by as he's writing a chapter of, like, I don't know, part 5. And it just completely influences the rest of his writing. I don't know how. But you can't doubt that it will.
Assuming Jesus was real, I'd put one in at the Last Supper.
To do what?
To be an elephant.
But, like, is it in the dining hall with them? Like, what?
Yes.
It's just to kill them all.
No, not to kill them, just to create a moment.
It is a rampaging elephant.
Yes.
It will kill them.
It's Jesus. If Jesus touches him, he'd probably calm down.
He's not Superman.
He is, basically. If Jesus, like, touched me, I'd be like, oh, cool. I'd probably mellow the fuck out. Probably wouldn't want to be depressed and kill myself anymore.
Heaven was exploding one day, and God is the only one that knew, so he sent his son, Jesus, down to Earth in a rocket ship.
Isn't that what it is? That's my understanding of Christianity.
And the only things that can hurt Jesus are fucking the heaven equivalent of kryptonite. And Judas is basically Lex Luthor.
Are you okay?
No.
No? I feel like we should end it there. I feel like that's a natural endpoint.
We have an email address. You can email us at bitterchatterpodcast@gmail.com.
Has anyone done that yet?
No one yet.
Do it. You listening right now, just do it. I don't care who you are. I know you, because you're my friend. Just type up an email. It could be a big shit post. I don't care. Just send us something.
Send us your Jesus is Superman fan fiction.
We'd read it.
We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They both have the exact same handle. It's at BitterChatPod. You can tweet at us. You can send us stuff on Instagram. We'll look at it.
We will indeed look at it with our eyes. That's a ringing endorsement. Fucking hell. Jesus.
You do your socials first.
I am on Twitter at StrayBorn. I am currently tweeting... I don't know, what am I tweeting? Let me look at my Twitter, see what I'm tweeting. This is the most recent tweet. Pagan rompers. That's the kind of quality content that you're getting when you follow me on Twitter at StrayBorn.
There you go. That sounds good to me.
I'm also on TikTok.
What's your handle?
Same as that one.
Okay. That's good. Go follow.
StrayBorn. I'm not really doing anything.
You have drafts though, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Why don't you post them?
Nah.
Why?
Because then they're not drafts anymore.
I guess?
Exactly. I have to preserve the integrity of the draft.
Alright. Any other socials you want to share or no?
No.
Okay. I'm on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. They're all the exact same handle. It's at thatguy_Carmine. CARMINE. And yeah, I don't tweet a lot.
Do you even tweet anymore?
I don't tweet a lot. Sometimes I do. That's been a minute.
You should tweet something.
I can't think of tweets.
Well, then there's your fucking problem. Why do you have Twitter?
Because I like looking at other people's tweets.
The last thing that you tweeted is... Hang on, I have to scroll a while.
It's just a bunch of empty space.
In March. What the fuck, dude? It's May. Tweet something.
Hold on. We won't end this episode until I tweet.
Your last thing was about the Snyder Cut. There, it's out now. It's been released. It's still bad. Shut up.
No, my last tweet was about Attack on Titan.
Okay, sorry. That is... Yeah, you started watching it and you get it. This shit's insane.
Let me tweet right now. I'm not allowed to end this podcast until I tweet. Isn't it crazy how, give me a word. Give me any word.
Banana.
Bananas. Tweet.
I hate you. You're such a bad person. Goodbye, everybody.
See you next episode. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll be dead by the time it happens.
Tweet him and tell him how bad he is.
Yeah, let me know everything I've ever done wrong in my life. There's a long list.
Starting a podcast is one of them. Are you okay? Do you have hysteria?
This might be the most...
Are you Ray Hysterio? That's a good one.
It sound right, boy.